end we own nita monega bobo. But when we start pursuing it, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So the problem with Malawi, the moment you say something different, but I don't agree with it.
Yeah, I get it.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not looking at the goal anymore to the point where you realize we do yasiana, but they'll still be pursuing the same goal, but simply we are in this way.
I think
And that becomes a problem because that is one of the reasons why even Banova you'll find we have over 20 podcasts. Because some people could not just sit in the same space, agree to disagree. We all want to hit that goal, but I understand that you say we should use this way. You get what I mean? To have that wavelength of Woody.
No. Apart from that, partnership and working together in Malawi is one of the biggest issues that exists.
Yeah, but it all goes back to, I'm sorry, I'm going to sound like a broken record.
Yeah.
I always go back. For me, I'm a history.
Use the mic, it's fine. Zambia.
Oh, Zambia?
Yeah.
No shit, bro. So that means you guys are good to chill with. Because I didn't even know.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Yeah, but like I bring back to the colonial era because I'm a history freak. So I always want to go back to say where are we coming from, why are we doing things like this, and you find out Woody a lot of issues with partnerships. The reason why a lot of partnerships don't work in Malawi is because we were made not to partner.
Mm-hmm.
You get? Partnership was a threat.
Yeah, there's power in partnership.
You get? So
They separated us.
yeah, so
They gave us that mindset.
yeah, so it's like we pursue that mindset. We just if I see Ben winning, I'm like, shit, I gotta go win for myself. Not that I and Ben can win together.
Yeah.
You get? That's why I'm a neighborhood, my grocery follow 7 line emoji.
Selling this.
You get? And then you wonder, okay, with all your limited resources, no saying, why can't you come together? You say, go to a supermarket.
Wholesale, yeah.
You make a lot of money. Everybody gets a little cut. But you break bread seriously, because when you look at my concepts, I like village banking, and most of those came from Netherlands. You go and look at Netherlands, they built off cooperatives. Mafana wa mapuzira school ni ma cooperative. Umaye kuno ma cooperative sa kufanya. The moment you make money, it's like gentlemen. Bendi sa kuoneka bwino ndi ndalamazi. Then atenga ndama zambiri choncho chifanya. But mwaye wala bena naika po zambiri. You get? So let's say we made 10 mil, bena naika po 3 meter, ena to sefeti maika ma 50 bini. Why is Ben getting the bigger cut?
Bigger cut, yeah, true.
Partnership that mentality has been put in us because they understood in the colonial times, if these people come together, this system is broken.
Yeah.
You get? So they were protecting a system. So when you see even after colonialism, they use the same systems to maintain their own power.
Also, the thing is, there was something different about. I don't know how true it is. Somebody told me because they were also speaking in the same lines with him. Unit and independence. Now, Hadika Muzana Buera, I don't know why also my guy proved independent. My guy Muzoya, Nika President Waipa in the faces of the people. Why? Because I want them to unite against the government. They don't have to take the government as their friend. You aja abange. You need it.
We never are supposed to because you can't hold them accountable if you look at them as your friends.
Yeah.
Because you can only hold them accountable if you view them with a certain level of suspicion.
You see? So that's why you need to go. Even Zangari democracy, because it was the same thing with my guy. I have friends with the government do Aka Magatari, most of Buddha, because Amadbaja move you got Oyang and Lomran, Moro Maso, something like that. So yeah.
So at the end of the day, those systems, they're still in our minds. And the sad thing is, we perpetuate those systems without even knowing.
Yeah.
So we move generation to another generation, and people don't know why they do what they do.
Yeah.
They just do it. They just say, Nelson Garden can do you fund because you grew up Magola Goma Guzadi, we are
I was telling my friend yesterday, we think Ganiza watu. Ganiza because we think we are the ones making that decision. But it's an environment. Programming makes us think a certain way.
Yeah, true.
We're a product of our society. I constantly say that, even leaders are a reflection of society. So this is why I laugh when people say corruption and whatnot. Because for me, they're just a reflection of who we are.
Yes.
It means we are the smallest unit of society are that corrupt.
Yeah.
You get?
Facts.
So, it means when we break it down to the smallest unit, and I call Malawi a black market economy because everything is black market.
Yeah.
If you really analyze it, most things are not like formalized. You don't have a formal system.
Yeah.
When you go to other countries, you get to see systems work. Malawi, systems don't work because, for example, rent teacher, if you really look at that thing, that's something that was supposed to be done. It's not something that's new. It's just enforcement. It's not like the law wasn't there. It was there. People just don't pay the taxes. You get? So if somebody comes up and say, we got to pay the taxes, people start being salty. They're like, why we got to pay the taxes
now?
You get? But if we're paying taxes, paying city rates, it gives you the ability to go. Why are you not fixing my road? Why the fuck is my road bad? I'm paying a lot of money in taxes. But we don't ask that because we know we don't pay that.
No, but here's the thing. Regardless, they've always devised ways of making more money. I feel like from the time they started my targets, they've generated a lot of revenue from those. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, where is that money going?
Yeah,
okay. So that's the thing, because it becomes a chicken and egg scenario, right? Because there's one side, you look at things and you say, I want to see things work. I want to see my money's worth. Then I'll pay. But there's also the other end where you gotta pay for the things to work. But
I don't really think it's the issue of them not having money. I think the biggest issue is the misuse of money.
No, I think it is that.
Because from the time, like how long have we had the toll gates existing?
Yeah, okay, so partly it is that.
And where can you say, from the time we have had toll gates, at least we have seen a change.
But now, now that's where the issue.
So I can question if we can actually implement these other new whatever plans they have now, and they're actually functioning and working properly, are we really going to see a change, or is just going to be another bigger leeway from them to steal?
That's where participation comes in. That's where participation comes in. Because we don't see the change, fine. But what do we do about it? How many people actually participate to hold people accountable? Because posting on social media is not going to fix the situation. How do we interact with those people who are responsible for those things to say, you are not bringing A, B, C, D to our community? You're taking this from our community, but you're not bringing this. Ndima bega example ya cancer, I ask them, cancer no one inuyo.
Sorry.
Muga onari ku ujeni kwanu kaya wadi yanuyo. How many times have you actually had the opportunity to interact with cancer? 3/4 of the people that when you chill with them, who will be beefing with executive arm of government, okay. So in my case, what is your participation? If you participate, you are able to say what cancer. I say, let's say for instance, let's say government parliament 1 billion constituency or whatever. and you say, what my decision ano magai
Mind this
mumama.
one.
1 billion if you're sitting my one, what do you know would be
Yeah.
So because Mr. Uyabuje.
Scripture.
Yeah.
Let me catch you guys. We've jumped into the deep end. What I can tell you is takagalendi episode before this episode because takambelangi ambiri before we started recording. But here in the studio today, this is the studio here in the barber shop. Here in the barber shop today is scripture. See scripture. Ujai. Who doesn't see scripture? This one doesn't see scripture. As I quote.
Or maybe I write it.
Maybe I write it. So yeah, man, we are at the Man Cave Barber Shop. We are August Barber Shop, Man Cave Experience, Kunoko Area 49. That's where we're doing our podcast today. And Uncle Ben is in the building. Geoff, yeah, man. So today is scripture. Sana we're at guest. We're a friend of the show because he's one of the great minds, in my opinion. I'm a Ganzabo. Deru fado godi. My issues are made to tita campaign the rodi. Yeah, I gapo. Nse uzake zodan. Nkani nandi mera ambo kambia naija. I believe uri yenage. I am bakale kukuya kumini. Ani watu ambo kukuya kwa mbili. Kodi. You're in hip hop, right? Yeah, because I saw it's funny. I saw you you spoke about it on your Facebook.
Okay, so I think hip hop is a culture for me, and for people that have been part of the culture. For me personally, hip hop has saved my life. I mean, without hip hop, I probably been dead, some shit. But you get to pay homage and you get to respect something that you value so much.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
That's why when some people dilute it or some people use it loosely, sometimes it's offensive. It's like, I don't think you know what you're talking about, because you're looking in your own perspective to say, if this thing had the power to save my life to be where I'm at today, it has the power and influence to do the same to another person.
Yeah.
And if you use it wrongly, it might actually get them killed. It might actually get them fucked up. You get?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm about using the culture responsibly, using your platform and your influence positively. So when you perpetuate ignorance, when you perpetuate arrogance and all of this shit that could get you killed, for me, I think you're being reckless, and I'm going to call you out for it. For some people, it's entertainment, but you don't know what life is like for the guy in the gutter who believes it.
Nde unena mujijewa. Inuyo zomwe ama kamba. IKK simugwiza nazo.
Simugwiza.
Zomwe business imena imilira madala. He stands on.
Nah, he don't stand on business.
Standing on it.
He don't stand on business. Okay. So firstly, as an artist, he's whack. He's not. He's not an MC. We always.
I can argue he's a good artist because he's got good numbers on YouTube.
Numbers is not art. You could go and buy numbers.
Okay.
You could go buy numbers. And
I can also argue.
And also, Komaso, we should, personally, I feel like if the masses are what validate you, then there's a big problem. Because the masses can be wrong.
No, but if you look at social media, the currency is attention. If these guys get the attention, his numbers are good on social media, it's safe to say he's a good artist, right?
Nah.
I say, you're stuck on numbers. Is it because he has numbers and yours went missing?
Nah, for me personally,
yeah.
Numbers don't mean shit. It's the influence, impact.
Careful use.
Shit. Okay, I get it. Okay, but you do get what I mean.
Yes.
For me, it's about the influence. You get? I'll give you an example. Mandela. Mandela has influence. You might get good pena he's not on social media, pena he'll be on Twitter, pena on what. But Mandela has the power to influence a lot of artists, a lot of young people. And that's one of the reasons why I love that guy, because he talks positive. He understands the platform he has. You get? Pena, he'll lose it. We're all human. And he'll do some shit and whatnot. I get it. But for the most part, you get to see. For me, I look at him like the Malawian version of DMX. You get? He's that one of those guys that is the most incredible person you meet. You have a conversation with him, you get to understand how deep the person is. And you're like, okay. And he's put me on game on a lot of things where Ukanai, Mujeza, and you're like, shit, when you're leaving, you're not the same person. That is a person, for me, that uses his platform positively, and he understands he's going to make a campaign out there. He's going to use rap to influence people positively and move the culture in a forward direction. You get? But as much as I'm saying, yeah, you guys go out there, do your hustling, but you gotta stand on business and take care of your family, take care of yourself. But I'm not gonna want you to go perpetuate nonsense like, no, go hustle, spend money on the dumbest shit ever, and you are not keeping your family good. You get? That becomes a problem, because you're telling a young person, Goody, what they should aspire to get is a fucking car. When we're living in the third world and our reality here is survival first. We gotta survive. If you make it, I want you to be making good moves. You better be thinking about how you're gonna keep your money. When you make the money, learn how to keep the money.
No, but the thing these days in this modern world is we have to prioritize having a good time. Enjoy it. Like there's a saying that's these guys are saying these days, Taduka kumatanjoya.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So like,
But do you think that's smart? Do you think that's smart?
I'm saying it's a thing now.
Yeah, but doesn't
which
make
is
it
being
right,
embraced.
though. It doesn't make it right. It's because that's the culture we're putting forward. Now, I'm gonna ask you, when you go to Kenya, you got kids that are 25 and they're millionaires in dollars, not in shillings. Why are we not striving to build people like those? Why are we perpetuating the dumb stuff and not perpetuating
What am I going to perpetuate? Perpetuate rentals.
that is bringing forward? You get? It's like you're bringing forward that particular thing. So my problem is the things that we bring forward.
So what you're saying, if I was to perpetuate cigars, is that working? Okay.
Because you brought them forward.
No, but you get what I mean. Yeah. Because if you bring the mindset of saying you gotta hustle and get yours, but you gotta win, and you gotta make sure that you're inspiring other people to come behind you. That's more positive. That's using your platform in a positive way.
Okay.
But if you're gonna be dumbing down people, you tell them this is what to aspire to. But deep down, you know, the more they do this shit, you're bringing in consumerism, you're making people dumb, you're destroying lives, because people will be pursuing that thinking that's everything to pursue. Because that is what you're telling them is life.
No, but conjuring to people's fantasy is what people like. Like you know that, oh, you like ice cream, then I keep talking about ice cream.
Nah, man, that's
you're gonna be happy, right?
We just making the white man rich, man. We just making the white man rich. That's my problem. Because if you look at it like this, you have to understand the problems that we have as a people. And you also have to say, we look at Kunja and we say, why do we not reach those levels? It's because we entertain that dumb shit. You go to America and you say, okay, the jewelry culture. They were promoting a market. Who owned those jewelry businesses?
White people.
Exactly. So they came
It's
in
funny.
the hood.
Statistics are saying,
and they gave you money for you to go spend it on this dumb shit.
And what's funny is
to keep them rich.
They say about 70-something% of consumers of jewels or luxuries stuff, it's poor people.
Yeah,
Black people.
facts. Yeah.
Black people, poor people.
And poor people.
So now a question for me is, why do we want to maintain that cycle? Do we want our people to continue being slaves?
Okay.
When we have this tool of emancipation,
Yeah. Now let's go back to IKK. Some are arguing, Goody, what he's doing is
The hip hop
actual
culture. It's the culture.
representation,
nah, it's not,
Hip hop
nah.
culture.
Then they don't know hip hop.
People are behind him. They're like, okay,
When
this
you
is the
go,
culture.
when you go,
That's hip
when you
hop.
go to the roots of hip hop, when you look at cats like Africa Bambaataa, when you go look at Rakim, all of those, KRS-One, why do you think those people stand on the values that they stand on? It's because hip hop is something that came from nothing. It's an art of the marginalized. You get? It is the art of people who have nothing. It is the art and culture and lifestyle of the people who are making something out of nothing.
So this is like, if you say it's a culture, it's something like Mina Chungoni.
Yeah, it's something like that because it's a way of life. It's a thinking. It's a way of life. It's
Can I digress a little bit?
Sure.
Okay, so that means if it is like Chingoni, it means some people can just be visitors in your culture, right? Atumboga, they can just be visitors in the Ngoni culture, but that don't make them.
Yeah, you're not a part of it. You
Steners can just visit.
Yeah.
It's possible.
I tell people that's why I say Eminem is not the greatest rapper of all time.
That's right.
Okay.
That's I was digressing. Now
I don't know. I don't know
the-
if you
back
want
to
me to
the-
make a comment on that one.
back to the issue at hand.
Yeah, but it is possible. But there's, as much as it is also possible, that means it's also possible to have culture vultures. People who just want to look like it because it's cool.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you, the time that we embraced hip hop wasn't cool. In fact, anongauzana udasamaje ndifeo chifukwa yoti feo ndi mafana hip hop.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's how when I was growing up, they taught kids not to chill with me because I was hip hop.
And I
That was what it was.
know
You get?
Zulus.
Amadana Zungus and whatnot and all of this shit. But hip hop taught me a lot of things. You get? Because, like I said, Goody, it's a culture of have-nots. You get?
Yeah.
So you see, Goody, we understood back then, Goody, we were coming from a place that we do not have.
Yeah.
So even when this rap thing, and I come from the day and age where Timaringa Magreti, Faga Makoma. Kudenga mastoki.
Uzidi Magreti amazila.
Magreti amazila.
For soundproofing.
Kubanga soundproof. Kudenga hangala kuibinda ibejayo kuti ndikudenga suje ndi mastoki nzama steni. Faga meba jawo filter ndukagula dynamic microphone. Pa ndukumabanga record. But it taught us. We were making something out of nothing. It taught us to rap. It taught us to do graphic design. It taught us all of these things. You find, Woody, most of the people that Banoba people call them hip hop heads and all of that, they're self-taught. Nobody came and said, let me teach you how to do this. We sat there and taught ourselves. I'll tell you about Divine Sense. Divine Sense has taught himself everything he knows. He makes dope beats. He taught himself. He would sit for hours. I've seen his process. He stayed at my house before. Like, I've seen his process. He'll be there until 3 a.m. looking up how to make a certain drum sound a certain way. And I'm like, nigga, you ain't asleep yet? And it's like a drama. You get? But that's hours and passion that people invested in the culture. You get? So you come up and you disrespect all of those sacrifices and you say, I am this simply because you feel in yourself. Come on, man. Takadaji na keni clips.
Sure.
I used to sit down with clips. And one of the things clips would always tease me about, he'd always be like, Father, you're too hip hop, this country doesn't understand you. You get? But I'm not here to claim being hip hop and whatnot. But my point is, use your influence correctly. It's what you represent. Because it's about the idea. You get? nobody hates, I even said this, nobody hates on you telling your story.
Yeah.
Tell your story. That's what hip hop is about. Tell your story. Be authentic about it. You know, I don't tell people I'm a street dude because I'm not a street dude. I know shit that goes down in the street, but that street culture, that's a whole different shit. Like, you don't want to be a part of that shit. You get? But I know about it. And my life has intersected with street life here and there. And I'm able to talk about those intersections to say, I know this about the street life. This is how it has affected my life and all of that. But I'm not going to come here and say I'm a gangster. If you fuck with me, I'm going to get you shot. Doesn't mean I don't know niggas who going to get you done up. You get? I know them, but I know what is the moment you get deep in that life,
Then
it's a one-way door. You get? And most of the people that are really about that life don't want to be about that life.
yeah, that's true.
Recently, we lost a friend in SA. And you know that.
Yeah.
He was about that life.
Yeah, I know. I heard about it.
He was about that life. I used to chill with him. I used to talk with him. And he was really about that life. You get? Every time I get in SA, I'll be like, hey, homie, I'm around. And you pull up. And you see the niggas is rolling with you know, hey, they're really about that life. But you're not going to chill there for 10 minutes. You're just like, I just wanted to give you respect and I'm out. Eh? You know what I mean? Because you understand. So my point is, imagine if I see that life, I know these people, I know their stories, and I take that and I try and make it mine. And I present that and I tell people that's life. And I use my platform to bring forward perpetuate bring forward that lifestyle. Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm doing a disservice to all the people that look up to me. Because they'll believe me. They won't see the cracks that I'm running away from. And then if you have 10 or 20 kids that will end up in jail because they listen to see scripture, you don't care about that. That's where the danger is. Because when you have those numbers, that's why I said numbers don't mean nothing. It's the influence. It's those people that actually believe you.
But there's so many people advocating for not so real lives. There's certain brands in brand
fake life.
Fake life. But something which.
But that's what I'm saying, Goody. It seems hot when you're doing it. It seems hot when you're doing it. But when you see the impact.
You know, the people that actually follow influencers, they don't know how serious people look at, like how people look up to them.
The impact.
But many are like, well, I'm just doing this.
As long as you give me likes, it's all good. But people forget, Goody, their actual lives behind those likes. You get? Yeah. So there's somebody that looks at you and believes you and says, even with just this podcast thing. But my guy and I go to, they look at Bensam, Brandon, and they're like, shit, I want to be that. And they're going to make their life decisions based on what they see and how they watch you do your life. For me, I'm saying be responsible with that. Because that's somebody's life. And you're not there. Fana ujaga mabida ukabanga wega udu kukaje bounce ndukumabanga za violent because it looks cool.
Yeah.
And you say, nah, hip hop, you really want to bring the gunslinging culture here? You really? Now, I'm from an era where people never had guns, but they had knives. They'd poke you, for real. In that night, I was
your chicks, yeah?
In front of chicks. And
yes.
And everybody knew, Uri, if you start the shit,
it's not gonna end.
You gotta be about it. Because my guy just see my car around there.
Yes. Definitely.
All on the is so simple.
You get what I mean? That was the life. So when you come up from that kind of life, you know the impact of Zingine is easy. You get? Yeah. For me, one of the people that impacted my life, you know, people say, yeah, you dissed him, you've been beefing with David. But for me, I think I have a big brother, little brother situation with David. Because it becomes personal sometimes, me and him. Yeah. But he's one of the people that has impacted my life greatly. You get? Because when I was deep in that, Ujen, he was one of the artists I respected, and he's one of the artists I connected with. And he showed me his life. You get? So that shit gets to influence you. And
I
you
did a
get to see-
backstory between you and David. How did you get where you guys are now?
Oh man, I think I don't even think that
In a
is for.
nutshell.
I don't even think that's for like media consumption. But I think for me and David,
Yeah.
I think the issues have to do with me and him have connected on a deeper level. Like he's my brother.
But you guys
You
are not on the
know-
same page as of today.
I wouldn't say that. We're cool. We're cool, but we're just not
Why
as
am I
cool as we
okay?
used
Why
to.
am I saying that? I'm saying that because
I think we have a difference of perspective in a lot of issues.
who and who?
Me and David.
Okay, you don't agree on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we just might not agree on how to do a lot of stuff. We agree on certain stuff, but on how to do or approach certain things or people or how he'll handle certain things, I get to have a problem with that.
Okay,
Because there were certain issues where I literally confronted him in person to say, I didn't like that. I didn't like how you're approaching this because this is how this is affecting some of us. And then we had our own fallout, and then he comes back and he
fallout. Can you
explains.
explain the fallout? What happened?
Okay, I don't know if I could go back to explain it clearly because I think for me, the first fallout I had with D was when I lost my mentor, Losayo. He had a different way that he wanted to approach things. And I felt like he was leveraging their deaths for something else. And I didn't like that. So I was like, I don't like that because I don't want you to use that as clout and whatnot. Later on, I got to understood that he wasn't using it as clout. It was more of his own way of grieving. But I understood it different. You get? So we had our fallout because I'm like, I don't agree with what you're doing because I also had my own relationship with these people, and you're out here acting like you're like super close to them more than everybody else and all of that. So there are those type of issues where some of those issues are simply kuti David wabangajina chake munjira ina yake yoti I'm like, D, I don't agree with that. You get, and for me to get to a point to actually diss him in a song is because me and him had a very deep personal conversation that he referenced to in a verse. A lot of people never caught it, but I caught it because
It's your story.
it's my story. And I'm like, nigga, you know, because you and me, we had this conversation. So why the fuck you putting it in the song? You get? And why you not even talking to me about it? So people heard it as a shout out, but I heard between the, you know, and after I did the song, I actually did 2 songs. I never put out the other one. But after I put out the song, he called me up and he explained, he apologized, but he also explained where he was coming from. And he said, I didn't look at it like that. And then he showed me from where he was coming from, and I'm like, all right, cool. I get where you're coming from, but that still doesn't negate the fact that you actually came off using my personal stuff
In your
as a
story.
subliminal.
I mean, yeah, subliminal,
like,
whatever.
it sounds cool, but I'm not comfortable with putting that side of myself out there. So if I didn't personally put it out, I don't think you were in the position to put it out. You get?
Okay. From this story, I'm just in a space where I'm trying to fill in the blank spaces. There's so many blank spaces of your story, but under the same premises, Iweyo, the last month manager, when uje nyambutana kaimba ku show ya.
Oh, yeah, indeed.
Oh yeah, but mind you,
You had some stuff to say.
yeah, but I wasn't disrespecting D. I was actually on D's side. I was actually surprised. Like, this is your man's. Like,
just-
why is your man's in this place?
Yeah.
Because this is
Why were you
guys put out
why
a
were you
song.
questioning that? Like I think I saw Saguziwa Gudi.
Okay.
Why were you?
Okay, so you guys remember
Yeah.
a few years back, the 2 of them put out a song
David
and Black Flame.
Yes.
They put out a joint and then they went at Bushiri and whatnot. Now, that's a little bit of a touchy subject because that's religion. Everybody has their own understanding of things and whatnot. You get? And I believe people grow. At the same time, I also believe Budi if you believe in a certain thing, you got to stand on what you believe in.
Yeah.
You get? Black Flame told the world, this is what I believe in and this is what I stand on. And he stood with David on that. They made that record. You get? Whether it was right or wrong, that's a whole different conversation. But that's what you did. Now, a few years later, bam, you're with that guy. And I'm like, what's happening? Wait a minute. Why are you there? Because you told us
that
you are not about that.
Yeah.
So why are you there? You get?
Explain yourself.
Now I'm like, okay, but pause. David,
Why is your
you
man?
told us that you guys together, you are standing on this. Why is your brother there? You get what I mean? Now people started saying, no, David had one proceed. And I had to put a post again to say, it's not David.
Yeah.
It's not David.
Yeah, people
it's
thought-
Black Flame.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, this is what David put out. But why, like, I feel like if you put it out there and we're part of the audience, this was me speaking as a fan now. And I'm saying, I think I need an explanation on what has happened.
What's happened?
What is the shift? Because I know what at the time David did that track, the Shailin, another guy, an MC, Christian rapper,
Yeah.
who had also made tracks around that time, and he had bashed Ajina Benny Hinn, he had bashed
Shiny Day,
Ajina,
Shiny Day,
Joyce
Basha.
Meyer, and all of that. And if you remember, there was a track called Force Teachers,
Yes, for
where he actually bashed all of these people. And I believe David, I know David wasn't faking it. David, if he says it, he really stands on it. You get what I mean? But my problem now was, I know you, David, and I know how you chill with people. And if you have someone close to you, that person really gotta believe in. Like, you must really be aligned. You get? For me, that was a very dramatic shift to see that Black Flame there. And it was out of shock because I saw the video and I couldn't believe it. And I was like, wait,
So,
what is happening?
Yeah.
do you think Black Flame is a sellout?
Nah, okay, so for me, I wouldn't say sell out. But for me, it's tell us what's going on. Because you came out, told us you believe in one thing,
So you don't.
and
think
then
it's-
you are on the
You don't
opposite
think it's a
end.
sellout.
I don't want to put words.
Do you
to
think
it.
it's a sellout or you don't think it's a sellout?
Now I just want him to tell us what's going on, because if he tells us what is going on, why did he make the
From
track?
where you're standing.
Now don't make me say. I'm trying to stay away from saying shit. I'm trying to stay.
I
I'm trying to
actually
stay
thought-
away. I'm trying to really play safe here.
First of all, I thought you. Oh, so you don't stand on business.
No, I stand on business, but I'm
Then
trying to
why you
play
saying
safe
safe?
because I'm not trying to
I thought
put.
you were a real nigga.
Oh, I am, but I am.
You're not acting like one.
Wait. Hold up.
Yeah.
There's certain issues that I believe when it comes to, let's say, issues like religion. I've got my beliefs. You get? And there's only a certain degree I have to be comfortable with sharing what I actually believe in. You get? Because at the same time, I'm also an artist. You get? So there's certain people that view me in a certain way because they've heard me say certain things. That's why I'm quite careful about what I say, because I don't want you to stand on belief based on what I've said. I want you to make it out for yourself. You get? If you ask me, I want Black Flame, first of all, to tell me, because before I make a conclusive decision
To say it is a sellout or not.
yeah, I want to understand certain things first. First of all, what made you say what you said at the beginning about this same person that now you're rolling with? You get? And what has changed? I want to understand, first of all, why he believes Woody, he can say, I don't fuck with Bushir, and then the next thing, he's with Bushir. Because if I understand that, that's what's going to help me tell you, Woody nigga is a sellout. But what I can say though, he moving really sus. You get? It's making me look at you like, I feel like you're moving like you're a sellout. Because I don't understand yet, because I've never had the conversation with him, but you publicly said one thing one time, and then you publicly said
doing
this.
that different-
Now you got to tell us what has changed. Because I think last time I was on podcast, we were addressing the same issues where people were saying, the same about me, to say, we knew you as a Christian artist, and now we're hearing you say these different things. And I had to explain to say, this is the shift that has happened in my mind, and these are how I look at issues, and this is what I stand on. You get? So it's the same way I want to give him the same benefit of a doubt to say, chiuzeweyo mbali yako, then if you bange conclusion, if you feel like you are a sellout, based on someone nazo. But right now, where we are sitting, it looks like you are a sellout.
Okay, yes.
You get what I mean?
Right. Nobody gives you the answer you're looking for. Well, at the moment,
Yeah, but he had to play some hoops. And
No. No, because it's like you're saying, you got to call it this. And I'm saying, no, you got to qualify it. Because that stance might change if he explains himself in a way that is like, oh.
Because I'm idiot, Mochiduli, I'm not going to boss teacher. I'm going to ndalama guys.
and how
Like, they were not waiting for an explanation. I'm going with money.
But I think he actually owes people an explanation. Because he should, like, I don't know, get on your page or something.
Okay, so at the moment,
like get on your page or something and say, explain, Woody, my guy, this is where I was standing when I made this song, and this is what I was talking about, and this is where I stand today.
Yes.
Because this is what has changed. This is how I look at issues. It gives us
even kabeno da bushiri wanasinta zwena nkabanga
so for me that gives us a better understanding of saying, oh, okay, we get you, we get why you did jaguti, we get why you did jaguti. But for me it's like, okay, from nowhere you told us first of all Bushiri is a fraud, and then it's like
you're friends now.
Okay, it's like the way I be talking about IKK being not authentic.
Yeah.
And then the next day I have a track with it.
You have a feature with it.
It's like,
what's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's for me, it's one of those issues. Woody, he has to come out and really put to say, my guy, when I made that track, Zomesin Magwiza de Bushiri, that is. Never know what I got Bushiri and
Anasinta easy.
They Bushiri, we good. You get? Then we'll be like, okay. But right now,
no, but then if we move back a little bit, I think kunaza trenda ga snippet ga nyimbo ya Madalaja. Kata trenda official page ya Bushiri. Ana nyimbo hii
ndio azawange perform.
Also probably just because bwana nyimbo inawaza, he decided to forget about whatever else.
No, I mean Bushiri anarola giridwa, so we don't need Bushiri to explain.
No,
but ndikunene ndei wewe nene zonako mamika wabanga yao ndondowaza tabwera. It's not up to you to explain. People should ask me why. I said, Mr. Nina Bensam. Bensam you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Dina, I said, the month of love tomorrow, which is
you're planning a surprise.
Valentine's.
Now it makes sense.
No, not for me. No, come on. Yeah, so there's a Valentine's thing going on. And also there's a lot being talked about online as a Valentine's. You are married, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a lover boy.
Am I?
Yeah.
But I said I don't fuck with the Valentine's shit. I don't.
My only excitement is my birthday is next week. Actually, it's
today. It's today when we're dropping.
The birthday is today on 17th February.
Oh, damn.
So I was thinking of coming out with a wish list. I've seen it's a trending thing right now.
Yeah, so Valentine's, Moody Numiga wish list your birthday.
Yes, look, like I have seen on social media so many girls, baddies, they've been posting my wish list. Hey, my wish list. My admirers.
Okay, so
so guys, I'm gonna today on my birthday I'm releasing a wish list. I want all you guys that like me, all my fans, aliyeseyo this year account number phone number romane Money transfer, wire transfer, please.
And if you go to Ben's page, you see an artwork of him with the wish list. Go now.
Yeah. So we're doing a wish list. Same way these buddies do it. We are adapting. We are doing the same thing.
Authentically. Also, no two ways about it.
Uncle Ben,
Yeah.
the begging culture.
Yes, we're joining the begging culture.
Imagine the third life away. They were being robbed broad daylight. Because what do you mean? Why should anyone buy you anything though?
Huh?
Why should anyone buy you anything?
Why not?
I know, I know.
Yeah.
I said, so you don't fuck around with Valentine's?
Nah, I don't, man.
Why not?
I don't believe in it. Like I don't see
The value.
I don't see the point. I mean, it's for me, it's just a commercial rules to spend. Like people just want y'all to spend on something. You know, like you got Black Friday, that. It's just one of those for me.
Do you believe? Do you partake? Have you ever?
Maybe I have, but I'm not a big fan of trends.
Just like Black Flame. What changed?
You know, because
Tell us what
wanga naninyengera.
But in a minute.
Ngatizocheza.
Era ngona kasosi. Ben, what
Yeah,
happened?
but
Kama ngoza Ben, hata usamabu yese kamera yo kunoto. Asimu chambula ni script ayo guy.
no, but I don't really play with the trends.
Okay.
I'm okay to do things how I want to do things. I don't like being in the matrix. I like to be outside. So I'm not saying I'm outside, but I see how the matrix works and I'm like, okay, do what you gotta do, you know? Yeah, I'm like that. But that pressure, cinema pressure, or even Christmas, I'm like, oh, Christmas, yay.
I think that's for me the same thing.
I'm like,
Because I feel
yay.
like the same excitement you
New
can have
Year,
for
I'm like,
Christmas, you
yay.
can have it anytime. Like it could be, I don't know, 7 May, and I'll decide I want to be happy for Christmas.
Yeah. I want to go.
I don't.
Vacation.
For me, I'm not controlled by specific dates.
yes,
to say I have to celebrate this at this time.
At this particular time, yes.
Christmas hii naindi kumunda.
Basically, I'm like,
Naindi wanga za kumunda.
As long as you have a Christmas tree, you'll be busy.
Yeah, machira fereza pa 24. Yeah.
Damn, bro. So
For me, it's just-
you guys are not partaking this month of love. Anyway.
Okay, so for instance, let me just put you on game. Think about it. December, a lot of people are like spending money, like let's depage life, but that's the time. Kumalawi kunoko. That's our time to be productive. You get? If there's a time to be investing, it's around December.
that's around, and
You get?
you know, being a guy also this on media, most of the time busy. In December, that's when you're shooting events. When they're celebrating, you're the one
You're making
recording.
money.
You are recording their celebration.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how I see it, because I see the opportunity. When January comes, you've got all these people that people don't actually expect to be borrowing money in your DMs, like, more. If you had played it smart, you would have actually found yourself in a position ready in having a job accountable. And for me, that's how I look at it. And I think it's the same facade after I figured out actually in my 20s, when people were saying 20s is your time to live
To
life.
have fun.
I realized, good as I made, it's that's the time to invest.
It's unfortunate because my father, Panova generation, at 20, they totally believe it's the time to have fun. So
But
the
it's
only
opposite,
priority,
eh?
it's only like the priority now. They're just like, okay, could you choose? There's this, there's a party, there's a show, there's this.
Valentine's has always been there. That's my point. But it has always been there. You guys saying good thing at Christmas, you were doing other things. It was just because you planned.
No, I think it was the same thing we're explaining here. I think sometimes there's just certain things that you grow to
Outgrow.
realize, and then you realize, wait a minute, I'm investing so much energy in this thing. Is it worth it? And then when you answer that question and the answer is it's not worth it, you start focusing on other things. So, for instance, Mamuza Ben Wompa Woody December, and when you look at Malawi, Ajinyamata, and how you did invest into December.
Okay.
That's how you matamanga. That's how you people are spending, and that's the time where you make sure what people are spending comes in your pocket.
Yes.
You get when you talk about ulimi, that's how you so you see Woody, it's the same mentality. When you there's that lie when you're in your 20s, they say Woody, it's time to have fun. That's the time where you have the most energy, the time you can learn most skills, and it's not the time to chill. If there's a time you vape house and corner, it's time.
It's actually the best time to fail.
Yeah, actually, you work, fail, and make sure by the time you hit 30, you got something going.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because when we hit a 30, energy member.
And at the same time, you cannot. It's
you
the time
in certain things.
You can't afford to make a lot of mistakes at that time.
True.
You have to play it safe.
Not play safe.
No, life itself dictates that you should.
Stakes are high now. Whether you're playing it safe or not, just know what the stakes are high. You can't afford to make a lot of mistakes.
You can't afford to
There's no time. Time is against you.
In fact, there's no one to save you also.
Exactly.
Time in my cars, it is your time. Yeah, because, like, somebody once said this to me. They say, Woody, ngati zonena zoti ndinawamasiye zilindi age limit.
Yeah.
Zikafika beta pake it's no longer ndiwamasiye, it's your decisions. And the way it switches from ndiwamasiye to it's your decisions, anthu ambiri samapaona amangozindikira kuti anthu ati iya ndiwankulu. You get what I mean? So I think it's all about accept your circumstance and focus on building in the time where you have the most energy, the time where you can fail and it be okay to fail, and the time where you can learn more skills. If we were even amanena kuti naturally tikamakhala ma teenager muja 20s brain yathu imakhala ikuti itha kupanga pick up ma skills ambiri. Koma ukamba kuhita 30 chanchani kuphunzira
kumavuta like you're teaching an old dog. Yeah.
Leo mapezeka zoti the way unazolowera kukhala moyo actually ku Africa kunoko Malawi kunoko poverty is manufactured in our 20s. Because once you that's so if ungo some renters are just kuziwa how to make money ukudalira just ntchito yako office, when you hit 30 nothing will ever change. Ndio umakhala anthu ajoti the able bodied people, you look at them, iwe umaona ma opportunity and you say kuti ase uvutika chifukwa chani for you around you but ma opportunity koma fana janazolowera kuti iyeyo zinthu zimamuchitikira sizoti amapanga. That becomes a problem. So right now, for instance, generation yapanova, we're busy manufacturing poverty.
Yeah, that is very true.
So inachipenda tola papa nchokuti Valentine's ndi amabillionaire asire na mpinga njira ndazinza apange Valentine's. Asa Geoff. So
for me Valentine's ndi anthu amene
ali bwino
akupanga business.
I'm
the one manufacturing.
Selling,
using Valentine's to sell.
I mean, I
yeah, actually tie up bow even tie up
my flowers.
Ngulisa njale ndikaruza ndizokuti akutire nano njale. I'm not going to tell you that's a work financial decision. Nah, I'll tell you kuti ngulire Bensam gari moto. Sina ga vili palist.
Yeah, true. Now, for the people that are, doing it out of, love, indeed, what do you tell them?
Look at your pockets first, man.
Hey.
Look at your pockets first, man. Hey. Ask yourself, should I really be doing this? Because honestly, ask yourself, you're going to spend, let's say, 300, 400, or maybe 500K on one day.
As men, if you, as men.
Advice
to women. To our men, just know if your woman wanted to, she would.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true, though.
Yeah, that's true. Ngarafuna spend it.
Yeah.
If she
But
wanted, she would.
umazwazokuri as mind.
But it's on you.
Amabanga spend so dollar yambiri.
Yeah, must be. There's the.
And that has already so dollar wama guy 5
And when a woman loves you enough,
Bobo. Pame bobo nde uri kabendi nani.
and when a chick
If
loves
ever
you,
makama
when a,
apa pesa ndina kwama guy 5. Iwo ponyera hazi, wina ponyera 2 hazi, wina 3 hazi.
Chikuli mata.
Iwe wangomfa kukoma muntima modam the man.
Bro.
Gentle. Nah. No, because for me, a real woman is supposed to build with you. You get?
Yeah.
So for me, spending with my woman is not an issue because we make the money together.
no, but the concept with our women is the money they have is theirs. Your money.
Your money is
is theirs.
Ndakusaukisa ameneyo.
But that's-
Amene ukusaukisa, that is that.
That's the programming that the
That
women have right now.
ameneyo ndesinkazi. Ameneyo ndo wakuba. Live. Gentle. Ameneyo sinkazi. Ameneyo ndo wakuba. Bensam, you know how you struggle to make money.
Yeah, I know.
You get?
Hey, that's
When you get a real woman, a real woman who understands your struggle.
Yeah.
You get? And when you make money and you take money in Gumbas, she'll multiply because she understands the struggle.
and the woman will not ask me for man.
No, but that's true though.
That's being
true,
real
though.
with you.
No, but that's true though.
that's true.
Because a real woman will not ask you for money. You will make money with her.
Yeah.
And when she takes to spend, it will be under your authority to say, yeah, spend
Oh,
that.
yeah, man.
Because you know you hustle together. You get what I mean? Komano wina aga mafuna zoti weyo ukakese tukuta gogo iyangu bwera angodya. Why? Because you got
We're not
pussy.
here to go in a bad-
Fuck that shit. Come on, let's be for real, man.
Now, and how about on divine times? I'm gonna go to Ndia's Mayo cow.
Of course,
If
like
it's didn't be feeling.
iwe akagula at masoksi.
When a box, I feel like.
Ete ifete like so.
Like.
No, but that's why for me, I say Gudi, I don't see value in it because I'm investing. I'm an Azorati and I'm an Azorati invest in your woman. Nah, if I'm investing in my woman, the investing is that we go and grind together. You get?
Yeah.
Because
You create
a
value.
woman who is able to understand the work that goes in and making the money will not spend it unnecessarily or recklessly.
Some girls, they say, as Bambena Abanga complain, who don't want to invest in their woman, it's because they are broke niggas.
Nah, that is simply
That's what
to
they say.
invalidate you. That is, for me, that is a weak argument. That is to invalidate you. I mean, because there's somebody that says this. Actually, there's this saying. I don't know who said it. They said, Goody, if you want to make money, girls will run away from you.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
But if you want to lose money, girls will come to you.
No, actually, I know how they actually put it.
I think,
But
but I don't.
Yes, I
you
get
lose
it.
money by chasing women.
Yeah. That's how it is.
Yes.
You lose money by chasing women, and you make money
No. You get women by chasing.
by chasing money.
Yes.
Yeah. So for me,
No, send it to yelling.
hey, I said, I
know what you're talking about.
So, but for me, it's the philosophy behind it.
Yes.
You get? Because the question in my brain is Ogudi.
Amadi,
Urenga dollar,
you can
ndikukubasa iweyo,
you can-
kurungonjoya 2 minutes,
Yes.
kumasuna igwirire ntchito. You get? But no one is gonna come to me uzandibasa dollar, yori sindinagwirire ntchito unless ndikubasa.
True.
You get? So why should I do that? What value does it give me? You have an Woody, it shows Woody are not broke. But that is just invalidation. You just want me to say, Woody, I should feel bad for you calling me broke. Call me broke while I know I got the money.
So wait
But
for
you're still not eating that money.
no, wait for it. This is how the saying goes.
I think you can.
You can lose a lot of money chasing women,
But
Yeah.
you cannot.
but you can never
Yeah.
lose women chasing money.
Yeah, now that's perfect.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but for me, one of the people that has inspired me a lot financially is 50 Cent.
Hey, the way
That
women
nigga
hate,
don't play with his money.
the way women hate that guy when it comes to his money. Yo,
No, but I said, Wasapo Vera Bobo, he actually makes sense. He says, don't mix emotions with money.
Let money be money.
Hey,
Emotions
if you are here dating me, you're dating me because you like me,
not my money.
not my money.
If you like
If
money,
you like
for
my
us.
money,
Yeah.
50 Cent says you a hoe.
and
So
he also
I should be
actually-
able to take money, fuck you, and that's it.
Yeah.
You get so if I'm not that type of guy, get the fuck out of here and leave my money out of it. You get what I mean? So for me, people hate on 50, but then when you think about breaking these like ceilings that we put for ourselves, Goody, you look forward to getting to that. You realize, Goody, you have to change your habits.
with money, yeah.
Yeah. So you realize, Goody, I'm not gonna take money and spend it unnecessarily. I'm not gonna take money to feed my ego just to make you say that I am this. Because at the end of the day, ndikubasa kumandama ndio kuti avaya. Pomwe ndikuzazo nditenga kadola kaja ndikapangira ngini ina yake, and I know kuti this money pomwe ndayika apapa in a few months I'm talking about making times 10. So what I rather do? Yeah, that's why we don't spend on bullshit. That's why I'm saying, for me, if I'm spending on Valentine,
Yeah.
then let's talk about me being the one selling you stuff. I'm gonna get your money. Give me your money.
But I'm not good at my
And give me your money.
Yeah.
That's good. Like, I'm gonna do that. But if it's the other way around, I'm just spending money.
I'll go to an narcissist, man, guy. Yeah.
Nah, okay. So for me, what I say is, with as my I'm a Kanisa yonjo, is simply because they're lazy. Any woman that's self-made, that hustles, will not want to just eat your money. She'll want to hustle with you.
Maybe she want to hustle you.
A strong, independent black woman.
I say,
They want to hustle you.
kunowa mwene tisanamizani azimai ambiri akunokunokuba tisanamizani.
Hand me now.
Is they don't want to work for anything in life. They want life to be handed to them. When you go
what
out
if-
there and you see people who actually
The recent
advocate
chief, the recent argument one over a lot of women are arguing with the men are mad. I feel we are mad because akazambili panopa akutiposa kupanga ndalama.
I need cash up.
Aindi cash kuposa amuna afe. And kukhala ngati idi.
Ngadali nditola ndizili bo, ndezi-
So I don't know whether we can say kuti akutiposa kupasa kupanga haso kapena iwo ali ndi akutiposa kukhala ndalama. I think izinto zizosiyana.
And zozosiyana because it means kuti ena ndamazo zomwe kunena zoti ali nazozo. Simply because zisiru zina zake zabasa. Zisiru za amuna.
Ndesikozo chekoti sakutiposa kupeza ndalama, eh?
No, I say.
Wait,
for me,
okay.
Kupanga ndalama.
Akutiposa getting money, not making money.
I say, okay.
Having money.
You know, I respect a woman who will tell me, Woody, she runs her own hustle. I know a few that fact.
They make their own decent money, yeah.
I know there's some lady, Kamadi Fatima Ndani. I say, this woman,
What-
I'm aware, I don't know where she's from. Kumano, I met her while I was in ministry. Right? She would come get my export licenses and all of that. Ukavaya banjo makatime kwenda chifodere nchachanchani. Koma nzimayi ora mavaya kudedza kuja ukakhala kumene kujaku myezi kutolera kantauzeni chanchani akatenga matraki ake akuvaya kagulisa ku Zambia kuja akutenga matraki ma 30 tani chanchani. For me, I respect that woman because that's hustle. It's not like you're expecting a man to pull out some money and give you and you say, Woody, I'm strong and independent. Hey, chanchani.
Boss lady.
Ambiri warundi masaluni kubanga zala chani, and then you start asking yourself, what I mean, kodi mundu uzali business mabanga kadola kamene koko. Okay, no, but they know they're running salons and that's legit money. They're not getting from
No, I'm
men.
not saying good Jan, but there was an argument in that VJK, ne?
Yeah.
Good lifestyle is minimum kubanga live in the type of business you're
It doesn't, it doesn't balance up. Like,
you know.
I say, ziba organization iweyo so kuti, do I not know how to handle my money?
Hey.
You start looking at you like,
Ah, yeah.
How much money how much do
Yeah,
you make?
because ngati munthu ukauda ngeni za msaloni and you're getting a ticket uva ku Dubai, I'll be like,
Kokapaka life.
mukauda sabwanji kumene
I say,
if you're getting a ticket upita ku Dubai,
bad buy, return.
mukauda ma nails ndi chani.
Chani.
Guys.
So that for me, that's why
So
I
it's
say,
quite
Woody,
interesting.
if you're gonna talk about a woman hustling, Woody, she really about the hustle. You meet a real woman, like let's say the woman now, Woody, she was out there hustling. Even that time, we knew because that time had a conversation with her. I asked her, I was like, "Wait, like, is this your business?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm in the export business." I was like, "So how do you source your things?" And she's like right now, when you give me this license, ndovaya kudedza ndikukakhala kwa 3 weeks ndikugula nyemba ndikugula nteza chanchani zingine zimenezo pali market pakuti literally she was putting me on game. And she was like ndimatenga ndimavaya pali nsika wakuti ndikangofika ndi track pameipopo
Ama ilo ziwa.
amanyamula track ati kugulisa kwake so sizoti ndithumba
Ayi.
limodzi umafika ungoonesa sample ya product ndi magaya amanyamula ya track yonse madollars bati basi zimayabwera. And I was like, oh, for real. For me, that is a woman that's hustling. Because you sit with your wife, you talk, and you say, would I say, dollar manova, this is how much I'm making. Ndengazo akwase kuthakukuzo so tinabanga so izi aba tibanga so dollar mwakuti. Kapena tate ndilimeso izi tibanga mwakuti. Mkazi amene yoyo sungavutika kugulira kalipo.
Sweet so
Mutuzo sakuza. Because you see the value.
Then mutantozala anthu amene amagulira akazi magayi moroti
Azingokhala base.
samapanga nawo business yukumaifoti amango asangalala akulakwisa.
No, that's them, man. That's them. Good for them. Good for them. Good for them. I mean, all I'm saying is, if it was me, I wouldn't. Not for real, man. Because think about it. You have to think about the effort you put to acquire a certain thing. You get?
Yeah.
And ask yourself, good, is it worth it if I apply this effort on this person? You get? So I'm not saying gudi ngazio jofaro amufira ndio sampangili. Ngaru kumfira and you feel good as ngukhala. That's up to you. Do that. But I'm just saying it's not wise because the moment you fail to make money and your bones are broken or some shit has happened, you're fucked.
No, but at least if you see potential in the girl and you open up a business for her, is
yeah, but Ndegudi, she has to be proven herself because by as mine, I don't know, I went to some business by my loss.
Yeah.
What is avuda?
Nothing doing.
Fact. You get? So, ukamaona lolo even akamade Proverbs 31 woman uja ni muntu oti sakupanga losi. If you are taking money investing and iye akutulusa di dollar, weka ndukumazo kuti ineyo siku linake zirandivuta kuti ndapezeka I'm incapacitated.
she'll put me on.
My children will be taken care of. My household will be taken care of. Because the thinking behind that is, Woody, men live a short life. If you drop dead and your children are there with that woman will be able to still give them the life you would have given your children. That's the thinking behind it.
Now you're putting children in the picture, though.
Yeah, because I think that's the whole point. You're with a person because you procreate, right? So if you're not procreating, then I don't know. I'm just giving you because I like you. I'd rather spend on myself.
I know what Ben is doing. I think the message
it's
coming to
no,
me.
but you get my point, though.
Yeah, I get. Also, the
at
message
the end of the day, Ben,
No.
the
I
message
just
is
like
coming
you
to me
very
because we
much.
had a
Give
discussion
you-
area.
Because you have a child.
No, not that one. We had a discussion area.
No. It's not saying matter.
No, but then you get what I mean, though. To say
This nigga.
the thinking behind because when you're with the woman, I think a lot of guys, I don't know how other guys think, but I think, Woody, when you're looking at, Woody, let me settle with this person. Umakao wana future. Umakao wana zo, Woody, I can see my life, ndi uyuyu,
Yeah.
kusogolo. Olongine ita ndi shupa, I think uyuyu.
Azanthandizabe basi.
Like they understand my vision, they understand who I am as a man, and they're able to support and build with me on that. You get? Now, that's where a lot of girls get it wrong. That's why masiku anowa uwona kuti anthu ambiri nkhani za mabanjazi zimashupa. Because they look at the azimayo amakhala kuyang'ana zina. You get pomwe the guy is looking at something completely different. So
You know what I posted?
what
I posted today, I was like, men are in love and women are in business.
Yeah.
Fact.
Yeah. True.
Because look at a relationship as, okay, I'm supporting my woman because I love her. Yeah, like where she's standing, she's like, yeah, let me get money from this guy.
Yeah,
That's all she
but
cares
now
about.
that's the thing. You love her. You're looking at a future.
Yeah.
Kuti inenda kazi oti sindikupanga dola. Mkazi uyo akhale bona ali bo kuti ineso atha kundigwira adziko lososa zazo kuti
Inienda sokonekera.
wasokonekera. Because the truth is moyo ulingati mpira. Pamakhala poyera ndipo kuda. It's not every time you land babwino. As a guy, umapezeka kuti nthani yake you're making money, umazakhala ndika dry season kena kake kaja kuti ukufuna wina wake kuti akuthandize kuti ubolezeso. And it's all about bouncing back for men. You get you fall, you bounce back. You fall, you bounce back. That's our life generally. Then kazo wa bo mafo aja amakhala kushuni yabwino. Amakhala zoti the time you're getting money, you're investing in her. You're investing in her. And when things don't work out for you, imabezeka zokuti that girl is able to also support you and help you to bounce back, get your vision. You know, and hambile izizi zomwe amapanga pepechochi za ujenizi za ma blesser, ma body and whatnot. I think ambili anazilingira Nigerian women. Kanthawi kena kake Nigerian women were about that life.
Huh?
And a lot of Nigerian women anabanga portray that image of success from that life. You get? But a lot of people don't know Woody Muzabangi not. A lot of Nigerian women are very good at business. Very good at business. And you find Woody my Nigerian men are jambi Woody amatoweza nkazi. They'll go hustle mukumponyera nkazi ujadola. China chichonse chapa khomo amapanga ndani nkazi. Chifukwa adawa akakapanga dola amapanga invest banda farmers wazoti nzimayo uyu ndikampasa dola. Khomo anga amafana anga alibo.
Ndi azimayo kumala wamve. Pacha munasiya munachoka osasiya ndio ndeni nagula ndio ndamake mundibwezere. Iwe
Umamene ndesunga build na future kani. Because let's say kuti mukufuna kumanga deni.
Ndenose mwaja
Amweni deni rusipophweka kumanga. Mukakhaza kuti mufuna kumanga deni umafika nthawi nake kuti iwe waduka ngati guy. Koma ukakhaza kuti mkazi wako uja mathamanga amatha kubweresa beti matumba tiwiri titatu folo ta cement. Nginija ku project atosaziwa zoti bwana alibe kanthu. Koma nzimayi uja kumathaonera zokuti mada pitani ru ku site kuja mutha ukalipira anyamata atha ukangomenya weekend ino angomenya kandi makoma awiri atatu iova amene kuja kuoneka ngati dolo. But that's the thing yokuti asikana ambiri sanafune kuphunzira from azimayi athu zimenezo. Because azimayi athu ambiri, a lot of people have been raised by their mothers in Malawi. We shouldn't lie.
Yeah, facts.
So for me, it's saying, well, yeah, we understand that women have also been through a whole lot of shit. But I feel like girls should also learn a lot from their mothers. Because those women, I say Malawian women are resilient. They've been through shit, but they have made sure their children learn. They have made sure their children have clothes on their back. Their children eat.
Facts. Facts.
Kaya magulisa mandasi, kaya madani. For me, my mom taught me to hustle, man. My mom has been a hustler from day one. Arandi pusandavanga now hustle yogulisa nkuku, kuenda nkuku za mazira. This sisters in Mavaya or Zambia, Umaga Guras into that cross-border traders. You get, but you learn that shit from how you watch your agent. So for me,
one can easily make more money being a 3 or 4 than working hard doing the gig and other stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, you know what?
Is easy.
Okay, but no samosa and hamba banga ba. On average, it's like 500, 1,000 samosa most. 1,000. Now imagine ukhaleza uri mabanga samosa 20 ndukumaka say a filling station. Ndo ubeze ma filling station 5. How much money will you be making a day?
Yeah,
apart from my filling station, like malo siana.
What's why all of it? When that's what my hoes are making more money. You're talking as if there's no other hoe. There's just one hoe.
What? Okay, I don't get that.
I get it.
Okay, I don't get it. Wait. Okay,
it's stupid.
Your question. Saying it's a hypothetical situation. Umabanga samosa, umagasia gas station. You're not the only one doing that business.
Yeah.
Also, you're not the only hoe. That's my point.
What do you mean?
No, he said hoeing is easy.
You can make a lot of money.
You can make a lot of money
As if you're
easy.
the only hoe. That's the only hoe.
Wow. Oh, okay. Wow.
On the hoe's body.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so business is business. There are many hoes. And you have to be a very attractive hoe
Yo,
to make good money.
no comment on that.
From hoes.
Okay. My first interpretation of that was not women. I just want you to know it was not women. So I have no comment on that.
I was like, what?
Okay, my first reaction honestly wasn't women, so I don't know. But for me, I think you can make a lot of money if you put your mind to it. Malawi. The opportunities are so much. The only challenge is Woody Kumalawi is we don't think outside the box.
But now we are put in a box all the time.
We create the box.
You know, but when I got him, I believe in giving each other grace. But when I got the Anangoba ball. Whatever circumstance, some of be our guns are bomb. But men, they're limited with their situations, the community they grew up in. You know, the boy that harnessed the wind.
No, but I think when it comes to that, our environment shapes us. Komaso, it's how much you want it. You know what is the biggest challenge with Anambiru Mai? They're not hungry enough. They're not hungry enough to succeed. When you're hungry to succeed, you see ways where there are no ways.
We actually don't work hard in Malawi.
We don't. I say, I'll challenge you. Go to Mozambique, I say, fancy maweka. Kuno won't find how they see. Like, everything about us screams ulesi. When be the minute my ended up say
this might sound offensive because comparatively, if you're
but you know, for what be the so many on the exposure, and I'm be my side because when you go to different countries, you realize, Woody, you gotta pay for every fucking thing. Kunogo, everything is subsidized. Kunogo, everything just subsidy.
Even when you're working by the hour.
Yeah.
And you know, the moment you're chilling, you're not making money.
Bruh. Kodiru kunja kujase. Akakuza zokuti you're gonna make like let's say $20 an hour. Uma iganizira mphamvu ya $20. Ndoma iganizira 1 hour kuti ukakhale ku 10. Ndoma zoza zoti ndikakhale ku 10 ndipange $20.
Yeah.
You get, and then when you start hustling and you see what you can do with that money, you don't stop. That is why Malawians are some of the hardest working people. We're hard working outside our country, not at home.
Yeah, at home
At home we're very lazy.
chilling. Yeah.
Because you see, Woody, when you travel, like let's say go to Europe, you find with everything you gotta pay for.
But at the same time,
you gotta pay for.
There's less distractions. When you're out there, my distraction, you don't have friends. We
should make more, be more productive because we have more support systems, more.
No, most of all our first time guys I remember telling the mask I said I can't be the phone. Then I was on travel to Velmo. What could I say? To Diego. What could I say? They were like,
So there's a regressive mindset.
So in most cases zimavuta kuti magazi tigwire limodzi ntchito kuti tipange ndalama tikakhala pamodzi
koma sinakavuta ake kuti tambe kukuza zokuti tiye tifai kumunda azinazo ndiwekapa chimangokamba za kumunda chanchani komano ayiwala kuti kumunda kuja ikafika nthawi nake you sell certain things you get so kunoko like one thing I noticed kwambiri this between the difference between Blantyre and Lilongwe. In Els, most of the friends that I made here were very productive. They'll tell you shit like, hey, I said, so it makes you think and you're like,
Let me do that.
my guy,
chilling, yeah.
you get it. But when in Blantyre, most of the friends are always like, I said, if I do let's spend our, let's go blues, let's do that. Every time I've been in Blantyre, I'm just like spending. But when I come here, I'm chilling with friends and when I'm a hey, I say, tisango shira baba, tandiberekeze kumunda. Just that trip will change your life. Because you go there and you see what he's doing and you're like, gentlemen, to push that down. And you find what people are not ashamed to do things like that. Pomwe anthu ena amaona ngati kuti uyo nde kuti usalime, usadani. Nah, bro, hustle is hustle. Like, you gotta hustle. If you gotta hustle, you gotta hustle. And then you find me, I'll be at the garden, I'll do my shit, and I'll sell my shit. But when I sell my shit, I'll live good life. You get? So at the end of the day, it goes back to that thing we talk about good even in our 20s. Because in our 20s, in our teenage time, that's the time we can hustle. Ukala kumunda futa mulibe vepi utakuvaya kumunda kabange. And kumunda kujadu sana mizani guys, money. Because right now if you talk about money in Malawi, money is in exports. Money is in exports because that's you're earning in dollars. You know, like you're earning in dollars.
Yeah.
You get? So if you're not looking at exports, tisana mizani in Malawi you're not making money. Anybody who tell you that they're making money in Malawi and they're not engaged in exports.
Yeah, like
So what about perishable goods? You can export as well?
Yeah.
No, you have to preserve them.
No, like okay. So this is where
They
the
say tomato.
limited thinking yato, eh?
Green paper. stuff.
Kuti ndikuonese limited thinking yato. Magaya ena amathamanga kukagula njale. Right? I'm not saying business there yogulisa njale ndiyo boy. It's good, but looking at the scale that we're doing it at, you see, Woody, the same money you can invest to Google LC 300, you can buy machinery, yeah, packaging. You would literally or just a drying machine and then mango well, where's the fazida menya money. You've got a flight that comes every Friday, Emirates, Pagia. All you gotta do is get your shit on that plane. And getting markets in Dubai is very easy. You've got the internet, you can easily write an email, say I grow jaguti, I'll send you a sample. You invest in sending a sample, the next thing you sign a contract, you've got an order. Every Friday you're shipping out something. Utakumaga gula mangu magwalalamu. Banga dryer. What dryer? I say that shit sells for like $12, $7. Gunja. How much are you gonna be selling it? You get what I mean? But the problem is we're too cool to do that. But is that being cool? Now that's the way the question comes in. Yeah. Is that being cool? Because we're actually broke at doing
cool.
I'm the biggest.
No, but you know, funny enough, in one of the countries that my youth are inspired, Kenya. I say Kenyans don't give a fuck about looking cool.
They do whatever.
It's not about looking like they want to be.
They want to be it.
They don't want to look like they have money.
They want to play the part.
They want to have the money. I've met friends that are Kenyan, or while I was there, you meet them and they tell you, I run a small business, Yanchani. Okay, cool. I was out with Engabaride, Range Rover. No mambo ganzo, mina neandala. Ay, ndiake. Small business here, abagulisa in US dollars. And you're like, And ukakava so that small business here, Fana is making winner so close to like $500,000, $600,000 a month.
Okay. We've we are speaking about the youth Kwambiri. One of the things that we were looking forward to was the sauna
Yeah.
by Nkulukuramoro.
Yeah.
Kwambiri and who Nasura, I want the youth to watch because I've got news for you guys. Magari. And when I want to go to Akumudwa for the Moithi Kosuna Gamibe Hani, Zvenimina Maganzilla yo. Hani Menea Gambidwa. I'll just read it to you guys. So, labor, youth empowerment, and skills development. Mr. Speaker, sir, labor is one of Malawi's most valuable resources. As such, my government will, 1, prioritize community colleges and resume constructing colleges that were abandoned. 2, continue with the graduate internship program. And 3, allocate 100 million kwacha soft loan for the youth in every constituency every year, starting in the 2026-2027 financial year. I think that was all that was spoken about the youth. People now are worried with him and my guys and my arts. There's nothing mentioned because we have a larger population of the youth pursuing the arts. And we thought, Kuti, so the art economy is going to help transform the nation. What is your take? And if you had the time to watch the sauna?
Oh, I haven't watched it, but my view is a bit. It's on two parts. First of all, and they make a blame on us, the youth.
The youth.
We're not active enough to go claim our space, because even politics today is dominated by Agulagu. Our level of participation is very poor. And for the youth that participate, we are not even willing to support them enough. You get? The few people that have chosen to stand up to say, I will go represent the youth, half of them, we don't even understand what they stand for. It's either his heart or situ kuziwa katu about mutamene. Because fana amayimirira president Phuziro Mvula, he's a youth, that guy. Phuziro is not he's relatively a youth, you get? But I don't think when he was doing his campaign, we even bothered to listen to what he had to say. You get? So it's like we talk about my politician, Kubanga use my youth, but it's because we are allowed to be used. It's because we are not hungry enough to claim our space to say what we want. It's like, do we have a vision? You get? Because my youth are 1993, and I didn't vision of freedom. That's why they were pressing government that time to say to fund a referendum. So young Democrats, those guys had a vision.
Yeah.
They had something they were fighting towards. But today, we talk about economic freedom, but sometimes it's more of just a subsection economic freedom. Not to color free. Because if we wanted to be economically free, we should be able to voice ourselves to say, my guy, these policies don't work for us. These policies work for us. We want the environment, because government's role is to create an environment. Government's role is not to give us money. It is to create an environment for us to go and get that money. You get? So the question is what government doing today creating the environment for us to go and make that money? And if it's not, have we tabled those policies that we want that will enable us? Because environment because okay, we're talking about community colleges. That is thinking ya wina wayona na karabasi ndikunena zokuti kusaphunzira kwachuluka m'Malawi mwina anthu ena akaphunzire ngati alephera form 4 at least community level wise akaphunzire china chake akhale productive. That is thinking ya wina wayi. But ifeyo ngati achinyamata, what do we do tikakhala pasi ndikunena zoti is a solution for our environment today for us to actually make that money. For instance, you gave the issue of the art. What are the policies that we want in the art? For me, I often question like kusoma, right? Why is it kuti ma registration akusoma amaenda amene amaendera mpaka na lero kuti upite konko utani in 2026 we are still not digitized. Pomwe everybody is putting the music and audio online and they still tell you urenge CD uvai kume. It doesn't make sense to me. Kaja ya CD nacho kalitiro. You get? But now the question is, as artists, and havena makao kusoma kuti, do we actually engage enough with my guy? Because I feel like the simplest excuse every time is there isn't enough resources. But the question is, what you asked that time, what do we do with the resources that are there now? Because there will never be enough resources. That's the truth. Even Tidakazo Gudi Malawi GDP yakwera by 6 billion, there will never be enough resources. Because there's always the population issue. Population versus resources. And history tells the population is always more than the resources. You get? So the resources will never be enough. So if the resources are not enough, the question is, are we efficient? So the question comes down to this issue. For me, as much as we say, Woody, these guys are not putting down Zambidi, Zama youth, it's because we haven't gone out to tell them what we want. You get? But now the other issue on their side, because I want to let them go scot-free too. Do they listen to us?
Yeah.
Because palisoga ujisiru gena kaki Malawi muno kapate lines where everybody just thinks could you have to stand to a certain party. Pomwe, I think Ajinyamata Mbidi don't actually subscribe to parties. They simply shift simply because they look at what do you do they fail. You get? So whether Munhameno Yakawa DBB, MCB, UDM, the youth will support that person as long as that person is addressing the issues. I'm a youth you. So now, azibaniyo awenderano kupuzira kumverano achinyamatawo. Kuti koda achinyamata kweni choma kufuna achinyamata ndichani. Because achinyamata simavenda okha. Because gulu achinyamata kupuzira kuti ma degree akusowa ntchito. Chabwino. Amene onda amene asankha kuti akufuna ntchito. But there's also achinyamata amene afuna kupanga business. Kumalawi kunoku we never address the issue of access to capital. Because access to capital is really fucked up in Malawi. Everybody's telling you, Woody, we are saying we want to promote entrepreneurship. When you go to the bank wants to lend to government. They don't want to lend to you. When you go, they'll tell you, give us collateral. So if you want to make an investment that's worth 500 million, they're telling you to bring collateral, you're worth 500 million. How are we promoting entrepreneurship? And these banks talk about they've got programs for the youth and whatnot. Tell me and point to me how many youth that are not connected to them that are actually...
On the same aspect, no one in his right mind would give someone 500 million.
No, but do you know...
Someone who has never had 500 million.
No. But do you know that there are ways of structuring these things? And these banks have the capacity to do that. You have the equity arrangements, all of these different things.
Risk assessment is important. And if
it's not about, the issue is not risk assessment. People have ideas. The problem is not the risk. The problem is our understanding of risk. Malawians, we take Ujeni, a more, I call it a British style of thinking, where we want to be risk averse. Sidema funa kubanga take the risk. But we know in life, for you to succeed, you have to take the risk. You get? Now, there are certain margins that the banks can actually... How many profits are the banks making? They're making billions in profits. You get?
I know.
iwo mbanki kuti inenezo kuti pa profit ya let's say 26 billion yomwe yapanga, for them to lose that 1 billion to invest in the youth sizona kuduka, you get, and that 1 billion, it's not good they have lost it, because the problem is we're looking at it good aidusa kali, you get, for ubeza zokuti mafana aja ena abanga succeed, you get, and if you have 60% success rate of that 1 billion you have injected in just the youth, kudenga
You mean in
ngongole.
form of fundings or?
No, in terms of financing, access to financing, because it's always about tikunena zoti chabwino musungapase munthu oti sanagwireko ndalama, but ngati palibepo access kuti munthu ayigwire ndalama sazayigwira. There has to be a starting point.
I'm making 100,000.
No, but that's what I'm saying, because timafuna nthawi zonse, for me I say kuti we need to assess risk, but when we assess risk we should also put down measures that can avert certain risks, because the banks have the capacity where they can have partnership ndi munthu, because most of the young people who want to do businesses or would vote around the capital job are actually doing something. They just do not have the ability to scale it up. You get? So the bank can come in and say, well, okay, you might be looking at chabu in business where you need, let's say 500 million, but we can actually pump in right now 150. And we will put in some measures, if we make sure that our money is safeguarded, but at the same time you are growing, but we'll have, let's say, an equity-based due arrangement. Could you buy back your equity from us? So the moment you start performing with that 150, the bank can say, okay, cool, we're not gonna increase interest, we'll keep everything low, we're gonna put in another 150. The more you make profit, the bank makes profit too. But most of our bankers don't think like that, because it's either you gotta be connected to them in one way or another, or you gotta do a traditional business. That's why people are not innovating. You get? So you have a person like me who's gonna come to the bank and say, fuck, I'm doing cigars. How many people are doing cigars in Malawi?
I don't know anyway.
Exactly. And then you're gonna say, nah, we can't invest in that because no one has tried the market. How the fuck you think I got to this idea? You get what I mean?
Yeah. So Uncle Ben, what is your take on the sauna? I don't know if you had a chance to check it out.
No comment.
No comment. Sauna on it.
So they can do more, we can do more. I think it's more of a shared responsibility thing. As the youth, we got to do more.
Yeah.
But as government too, government has to do more in listening to us.
Yeah.
And more in, for me, right now, I would say, the economy. If one of the ministers was pushing the banks
to have structures
to empower ajinyamata, let's say Malons, because timanena Malons, but the problem is it get politicized. Not the people who are innovating. So ubezeka zokuti ngata Bensam mukupanga podcast kunoko podcast yanu kuti ikule mukufunika 200 million. Mukapita kujeni kuja sakupakisanifa Bensam sakuzwani. Koma akabwera wakuti. No, but do you get what I mean? They don't know you. You're known.
Yeah.
Your business proves, your model is showing you can make money, but they won't give you the money. Because who are you? Akabwera uyuyu amene ali mwana wa uje timpasa uyuyu ndalama sazabweza sitizaona so kuti ujamatani, and at the end of the day timanena zoti ayi koma the youth tinapasa cha
tinapasa ndalama.
Example ija amanena zoti sanga bange trace anthu abasa ndalama.
And I say,
what do you mean you can't trace them? Anazatenga bwanji?
How did you get to the point of giving them money?
Exactly.
What is your system? Because
even zingine zizi zomwe timakamba za farming, for instance, kulibe chakudya chokwanira mzikomo. For me, it's a joke. It's ridiculous for a country that has a lake, which is about 30% of the country. That is water.
A lot of water.
You get? And we say we can't feed ourselves.
What is a green belt? Is that pipe, isn't it? That one? Before.
But I say, that's the thing.
Salima uchanchangura way.
I said, Tiga Padigiza. I don't know, but
What's Salima this cat uchanchani going?
I don't know. I think winners will win. But my point is,
I remember
that's my
Jendana Kalandaula, the guy, Simbi.
Yeah.
Put everything, the system is slow, kuchedwa, zinzosana kuchedwa.
Because Amara indifaa tu uloti mapanga zintumatu ulo. Because winalesa makauganza ndijebu. You're not looking at the benefit that would come in the long run. Kuti actually muja zambiri zintuzo zikabira because muka ninjira yobangira ndalama zambiri mbiri munjira zosiyana siyana. But if our solution is always to store things, zisaende. So for me, it's ridiculous. Kuti we should say we're failing to feed ourselves when we have a whole lake, and then you go to countries like Qatar, Dubai, they don't even have water, but they're eating every single day. You will never hear Gudi Kulinjala. What are they doing right that we are not doing?
Will you hear someone?
I say those guys import soil as an actual import. Doti. Ifeyo tirati tipite panjapo ndikutayako olombeu in 2-3 weeks kayamba kupanga ku Dubai zimene sizingachitiki doti nichenga kako paibepo moisture. And if you've been to Dubai, you know kuti honestly you get to realize kuti we play too much here. So the resources are there. So in there we say government has to do their part. Why do we accept mediocrity? Because if ifeyo we are tired enough to say no, zinthuzi tiendambe kupanga. Ifeyo ndeti zikhala tikulephera kupanga zinthu zija tikumayesa ndeboma loso anthuso okha kubomako aziona kunazo tikumaso ndeti kuyenjeza. See, pena pake lolo kuboma kujatisana mezani kule anthu oti amakhani maso. Amaona. Kule naye kuti amaona kunazo kuti amathaso kumalangizana ukhaokha. Kuti ya gentlemen. Baba ya zainjeza.
All right.
You get?
Before we waste more time. But it's not like ngokuponyana ni magaye. Muzingo yanka mwajango jango maliners. Inga 2 liners. Yeah, just to also
save time.
Yeah, save time. Was one of the debates that's stirred a lot of reactions online. Price hike yama producers. I'm asking you guys because you are in the arts, music business. Yeah, music producers are minority.
1 million.
1 million waja. That's the minimum for audio production. That's both beat and recording it.
But for me, the simple question is what criteria do we put when we're putting these prices? Because, for instance, right now, a standard feature in the US, average artist, is around maybe $1,500. Right? But the stream value in the US is way bigger. So even if you pay that and you don't really blow,
you make money.
You make your money back. That's why you have magaya jogudi kusaiti kuja. Samvega se ochuga njani komaso the artists they're making money and surviving off their art. Kudi you are able to go in cafes, do a small show, 20 people, you go kwagudi 20 people and you got people paying. But now the problem is kunogo artists akabanga drama ndoni show. Our stream value poor. So what criteria do we use to actually say we're going to charge a million? The question is, the majority of artists, do they make that million to actually, off their music alone? How long does it take you to make $1 million using your music in Malawi? Because let's not assume Gudi Nyimbo in the same blow.
Uncle Ben, what's your take?
I think it's not practical. I think there's only a handful of artists who can manage to
invest
like
a million.
that.
Yeah.
Like that. But if you have to compare the Zambian industry, because didn't matter about producers there, you can see what the marriage our $dollars. So let's just say how much is $200. $200 you already know good what you're gonna meet. Or even my features, if you ask na TM and Daniel, my pricing I mean my pricing I mean my pricing I mean I'm eager. They're quite high. Or my club fees out. Go to be Zambia. Oh, not only jump 3 meter going upwards just to get a dish from a Zambian artist. So we have a population again come artist. My A-listers that they should be able to manage to pay for such sessions.
Yeah, but when you're pegging it, are you gonna peg it to the A-listers?
No,
Because
that's what I'm saying.
I think in Zambia it makes sense because when you look at their industry, monetizing in ambaso garigari. You get? So you have various forms of monetization in the industry. So in Zambia it makes sense because when you put out music, even the stream value in Zambia is different to Malawi, you know. If you ever go on for artists, that will be
No, but that is
Spotify
something
for example, Spotify for artists.
I think if we want progress, we need to start making some changes. They are so uncomfortable, but probably we need
Yeah,
to
but
put
the changes should make sense. My issue is they should make sense because are we making the changes good we should kill the art entirely, or are we making good as much as we are progressing the industry?
I think it's a step towards progress because sometimes when you're fixing something, something has to suffer either way. But
Yeah, because for me, if the producers are making that, for me personally, I feel like most producers, amayangana the cash aspect.
But at the same time,
So-
I think a lot of producers are not up to par to be making
Yeah,
be reaching that.
Also, ambida mangana
that's
the cash,
kind of
the
production.
cash aspect.
Yeah.
Pomwe uzabange note, if you look at my industry, Zodi are more advanced. You realize, Goody, you spend less on cash and more on royalties and points. You get? So I think if we move, because now that system, that's where Kosoma comes in. Because they have to simplify their registration, Goody, the base yama artistic, Goody. And being part of that, it means everybody's contributing a little something. But at the same time, when the craft is out there, the craft is also generating something. And you're also pushing radios and television to use local content because you want them, goody, when they're doing, let's say, Garmaga Wangama movies, let them use Malawian music. You want them, goody, these kids should also get
Yeah.
royalties and all of that. But at the same time, you want these producers to also come up with better payment structures. So let's say if I'm giving you, just theoretically speaking, I'm giving you, let's say, 100K and saying, Woody, you're taking 10% royalties or let's say 30% royalties on the track. You get? Because if it becomes an album, it becomes different. You can't put 30% on each track. You put a point based on the number of songs because not everything in the album will get the same love and recognition. So you want, what you can say, you give you and a point. So you're pushing towards the industry on revenue collection. At the same time, you're pushing the artists to all be formal in a sense. And there's easier way to track what everyone is doing. But the way it is right now, it's like we're saying, okay, we want to fix this side. We'll pay $1 million, but the system is fucked up the rest of the way. So who loses? The artist. Then and then, the artist to say, I won't make music because it's not worth it. Because as Vangano Music are the few who actually benefit because via Kosoma, they get their money's worth. You get? Because Kosoma ija ineno anena zogudi, I don't agree with one artist makes so much. I don't understand formula ya Kosoma. And another artist doesn't make at all. pomwe when you get on radio you umadaba zoti mafana ena jomwe sakulandira dola na amene you
Also,
hear
that's
the
one
news throughout the radio, like they're putting each other on, and some of these kids get 2 million views on YouTube. Everybody's hyping, everybody's listening to that. So Kosoma should be also pushing for these platforms, like having deals with YouTube, have a deal with, because you carry all that traffic and you're able to make a proposal, a formal proposal to say, this is the kind of traffic we're generating in Malawi.
Yeah.
We need better monetization here because all of these people are utilizing your platform. So we need our value, you get? But if these guys, Ajina Kosoma, Nyanchani, don't see the value in that, artist. Chifukwa artist amulibira producer, amulibira wa video, amulibira jani. Kuma kuti artist aibange dolayo.
It will take time or it won't happen.
And samubuka so kusho.
Now, zinazo zimene muganiso magayi put in the comment section. Tuone kuti kodi zama producer 1 million waja. Is it fair? Is it fair on you kapena ma producer amene mapanga proposes zimene? What is the criteria? What are you trying to
What's the logic?
propose? Yes. What's the logic? And also ndani producer wake amene akupanga charge 1 million waja ko see.
The boy, man.
Yeah. Now, second one. Imene ichonde mmenye ma one-liners. I know you have a lot to say. Crossroads kidnapping. There was a case where this guy was kidnapped. It made rounds on social media. And episode of Wanga reported it's a fake.
A quick one from me. I think, first of all, I think a lot of Malayas should learn from it. And probably high-value people should invest in
Security, yes.
True. True.
I see a lot of high-value people just working like that. I think
Yeah.
Malawi is too safe. I think probably... Yeah, honestly. I mean,
The
Kidnapping shows the opposite.
it's just one instance.
Yeah.
But
In other
no, the
countries,
kidnappings, that's not the first time. Like we've heard.
High-value people.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Like
in
a lot of
months.
Indians.
Okay. in
There was
three-
some-
Oh, no, yeah. No, okay. I get
the
it.
past
Frequency.
tell me how-
Frequency.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
frequency,
okay.
yes.
Frequency is a different thing.
No, that's what I'm
Kumano, the thing is, it's been happening. Because there's some page on Facebook that was putting up.
Yeah, but if you see the rate, and if you go to South or other countries, dude,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's
anyone
that's
who's
crazy.
famous, who's popular, who's a
Sangama-
valuable person,
Yeah.
you can't just move around. Aisha Speed was here. His bodyguards came with him all the way that side. They were everywhere with him. So all these valued people, our celebrities also, some they try. But this is the thing that should be a culture now. It should be there. Security must be invested into. To avoid my demands, I think I 7 billion. That's a lot
Which
of money.
guy was also fake.
What was that for real or that was fake?
It was fake. That's
also.
how
Yeah,
But
but-
Zodiac and a baby because of that report.
No, but at the same time, there'll be a certain huge amount which these guys are going to demand, or they are demanding.
But we can't know because I mean they might be talking directly.
They will
to
not.
the family.
Actually, if I was a kidnapper, I wouldn't want people or the media to
Yeah,
know
because when
the
they've
amount of
sent
money
the
I
ransom demands straight to the family, and if the family hasn't made it public, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, true.
But for me, I think it's just bringing up a shocking trend, because for me it's like, okay, in terms of security also, if somebody can just scoop you up off the street, it's like, bro, are we safe? You get, it's like, you know, there's certain things you can't do in certain places unless you are fully equipped to do it. You get? But Kumarai Unogo is like, okay, so so you're telling me there was no cop that was so close by, because I hear there was a minister. Konkuja.
Oh,
Yeah, like Crossroads, kunai kukuchitika event ya boma.
no, not a minute.
Kunali minister.
But at the same time, if
And
you
then
were a
somebody
cop-
let shots ring.
if you
And-
were a cop, right there,
But were they not armed?
if you were a cop armed, those guys had.
Yeah, and mass.
And my AR-15 guys, those guys are not just. They're not
but
AK-47.
Commander, that's what
The
I'm saying.
automatic
I say,
machines.
Okay, for instance,
You only
John
kidnap-
Bajaguda kubange kidnap. Amachita kusankha location. Amaziwa zokuti uwuse wako kuti
But if I was a
wakuti-
cop on duty there, my friend, I would.
I mean, that's why you're not a cop.
No, you have a family, bro. And you know, I'll be like, I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. Yo, bro.
No, but I think they're trained for that. They're supposed to be trained for that. So the issue is, Woody, do we have enough cops on patrol? Are they equipped for this new escalating situations. Because if they're not, then maybe as government, that's something they should look into. Would he make sure the cops are properly equipped? And deterrence in Taizina is also there by presence. So do you have cops that actually patrol? Because Garigari, I remember when I police all they would do is just patrol. Maga, like places like those, like Crossroads, they would just move around. Like, wake up Mazor, the police
But you
presence.
need to understand this was premeditated.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying, would he
Also,
just on
if kidnapping were very often, I'm pretty sure we were going to be jacked up.
No, but then crime right now in general is like on the rise because you hear issues in 25. Stories in 25 is crazy, man. The way they're talking about crime that side is like an everyday thing.
Yeah,
Magaya magagona ndima TV kujibina.
that
Yeah, some lady visited my crib and was like, "Oh, you can leave your TV up there?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" And she was like, "Bro, in 25, you can't do that."
Zambika, even for 9, what is Zoimina about Jen?
But kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can imagine that. Goody, that's what makes you think, Goody, even like in the neighborhoods. About this my neighborhood. Just
for sanity.
because community policing is one thing, but just that field
The actual
presence.
police, yes.
About this don't have
Amazon send them where-
because mahudu musu makafa zitina rage toti mango shala. Toti about this another sasugure mungu afusa day Moses as our
So yeah, true. That's
You
true.
get?
That's true. Okay, cool. The next one. Very, very scanty. Okay. Tiambile Mzuni. Nzuni hadi mapeleka maojen ma credit. Yeah, not ma credit, ma distinction. Aboza. And wana figure anapasuda ma distinction and 250. But I'm talking no can ma distinction and anybody no. No they 140 on sale.
academic integrity is in question.
Yes. Did you see that?
I saw
How
that.
did they find out?
Apparently, people were hacking into the system. Not pretty hacking. It's not necessarily hacking because they were. Tingona already was a cartel type of setup, where students and some staffers, because it's not just lecturers. I didn't accounts. Everybody was. There was just a
Involved,
whole cartel in there. But for me, I think that shows. It goes back to that issue we're discussing, the level of corruption in our society. Because that, if people felt comfortable for that to go on, it means there was no integrity at all. Because there's some fields, not even some, I think all fields academically, you have to think about the consequences of if this person is not qualified to get this,
What are they going to do with the industry
what will they do? What value or what damage can they bring
out there?
in that actual field? So I feel it's very reckless to do that because and Hameno were not only reckless in part of Woody, they looked at themselves, but they were also reckless with our lives. Because these are people who now will be entrusted, our children will be entrusted to them. Our lives will be entrusted to them because some of them will go ndokumaga kugira kaya factory obanga zakuja kaya obanga jani and if it is this food scientist.
Yeah.
This nigga don't know shit.
Yeah.
And then we have a high level of recourse. Chanchani, poison and why? Because we're putting incompetent people in places they shouldn't be. It tells us a lot about our education system. Because if we value Ukonza over Uziwa Jentu,
then we're fucked.
yeah, because Tikonza Kumajinto said Uziwa Tangolo so becomes dangerous.
Yeah, true. Do you want to add anything, Uncle Ben? Just in general, no? All right. I think lastly, Tisana ma Cigar in closing. I don't know where Cybertruck again. Everybody was crazy, man. Everybody was crazy.
Not everybody.
That was,
Everybody.
I was sad for me to say.
Everybody.
No, somebody like some men the Cybertruck was coming in from the Tanzania side, right? Igloa, and now people thought somebody has,
Yeah, I saw what it started from the border, bro. Like pictures started coming in from the border.
Yeah, Cybertruck Malawi. Because that's how it came out on the internet. Zona the CAI, Chidi Mumzuzu, Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then people started sending actual videos and where you like.
Of it passing, and people were like, "Oh no, this is AI. No, I've seen the Cybertruck. Simon, till we realized within their DAO, they're saying it's cybercross, exploring and Africa.
He's trying to break a record, the Guinness Book of Records.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so it's a Guinness thing.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
No, but for me, one of the things that was positive about it was Woody. It's also showing us the potential of electric vehicles.
Okay.
Maybe that's something that we should
Exactly. That's
actually
his campaign. The campaign is to show people that this car
like
can
it's
actually.
possible for us to actually do it here.
Yeah, that one is ugly, man. Shit.
Yeah, it is, but Nova China is doing a whole lot of
Yeah,
cool,
I've seen the
cool
BYDs.
jet, bruh. BYD,
But they look like those ones.
no, but they're nice ones. They're nice ones.
BYDs are nicer.
They're nicer than.
But I think, okay,
the nice.
Elon is not dumb. There's a reason why he made it like that.
Obviously,
But he's not creative.
No,
When it comes, wait,
that.
but sometimes shock value sells as well.
looks.
Also,
Let me tell you,
I understand
okay.
the shock value in America sells.
I mean, the most is it the most expensive Lamborghini which
Yeah, it's.
made of
I say, just why so good target market matters. Because the reason they think so much mabangisa into so much
that business.
No.
We're just saying how it's thing. It looks
Yeah,
ugly.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Would even for America, the patterns almost mabangisa and who good is into. Sometimes there's things like those. Goody, it's got a weird shape, and then everybody's like, "Oh, that's weird. I have something different." You get, and people will actually spend on it.
No, but
But kuno
I think-
our buying pattern is different. If you
Yeah.
Most looks.
Huh? Oh yeah.
if you
Highlight
mangana
of needs,
zituzina
yeah.
if you not mangana ode kumasojoneke bo
Yeah, yeah, bro.
poma anzatu chikaoneka weird for them. It's like yeah,
the ball with-
like I have something somebody doesn't have. You get, but
Eh.
Komano, for me, I think the greatest thing of that whole thing was
The EV.
the potential of EV. It really made me consider because I was like,
wanna get an EV?
maybe buying an EV should
wanna get an
be.
EV?
No, but honestly, I'm seriously considering it. I'm serious.
I can actually get one.
Oh yeah.
I said, my foot, I mean,
Yeah,
you'd
because
rather
when
get an
you look at
EV.
even the charging, Ujen,
Imagine if you had an
I think
EV
that's the only.
and you have a solar system, you have a bowl, you're reliable. I must say, yo,
I'm kind of charging, but the moment if you sort out that charging bit, I think for me EV is the way to go.
yeah, man.
Because with the prices of gas,
I
right
say
now, if you
25,000
can
per
buy-
gallon.
because ukaona
Yeah,
ku
man.
China kuje ukaona ma EVs aku China above uma kuti uka modern, you look at that and you're like, yeah, I could drive that. You're like, I'm not hating on that. I can drive that. The technology is good. The car looks nice. The only issue is umaganza. What did you mean? But I think I heard there's also a company that's selling
What do you have?
EVs. I think, yeah,
Sky, yeah.
but I don't know. They haven't done much to tell us about the issue of the charging aspect. For I think the fears for people. In my car, I buy that thing. This is a charger.
Yeah.
This end, I will end out
I
that.
wanted to go to the power bank.
No, because the bonus out a hybrid. Yeah, now what they-
Yeah.
I think that's why people are Masuwa no ambili
About
opt
the
to
hybrid,
buy a
yeah.
hybrid because they're like, "Auntie, my food and the guy that is chargers."
Yeah, true. Uncle Ben,
Yo.
what's your take on the Cybertruck, the shape, and whatever happened?
Come
No,
on.
I love the car. I love the car.
It's cute.
The looks are debatable. You can debate whether it's
Yeah.
cute or ugly or whatever.
I don't think it's
I mean,
cute.
I would buy it.
Okay.
You buy
The Cybertruck.
Yes, I would.
Okay, for it being cute.
I would actually buy that machine in it. And that thing is strong.
It's strong.
It's almost as bulletproof. It's masculine.
Okay, no, but no. For me, the question is
It's
okay. For me, this simple question: terrain. I don't know how do you think it handles terrain?
Terrain.
Yeah, because our terrain with our
In Malawi. Malawi, I think it's good.
it's good.
It's a tank. I think it's strong. I
What
think
is
it
well,
can
just
survive.
what is my shop zake zima cars out
It's a durable. I say, if they invested in kulimbisa even my glass and lost it means the suspension system is good. It's a truck. It's not a car. It's a truck.
The only thing I like about the Cybertruck, actually, like it's got space.
a lot
got a
of
whole lot of space. Chimene chotha unyambula hapo katundu ambiri kwa.
organizira zako munda
The box board is.
And you can cover
Pick up, what is it?
and pick up
People don't know.
Yeah, because it's huge. Actually, for me, the first time I saw it in Europe. And that's when I was like, oh, this thing is huge. Because at first I used to think they're like,
wouldn't they tiny?
that ain't what, eh?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's actually huge.
Yeah.
But I think electric is the way to go, though.
Uncle Ben, the vibe ya tuyaji sina tonesa jimizi.
I
mean,
Nzomveka.
cloud go my body.
Ndiwamvesa.
Malawi,
I
yeah.
wasn't that excited. But nzomveka.
in any one of the same.
When I got another Zodi, it reminds them of Zambians when they go on an escalator.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I was like, wow, guys.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, man. So in our midst we have the corporate Mogo,
The brand.
the brand.
Well, you gotta carry it because
Of course.
Yeah, man. So our brother says scripture is also trying to, finesse us into being gentlemen that smoke cigars. Yeah, man. Tell us about the cigars. How did it come up? Like, sum it up. And we
no, so it's a venture that I'm not gonna talk about my partners because I did not have this discussion with them, so I'm not even sure.
Geoff,
no worries.
show the logo here.
I'm not
Logo.
sure if they're interested in me bringing out that they're involved in the project.
Yeah.
But I've been a cigar lover, and I met a number of people that are also cigar lovers, and it was a culture that I think for a lot of people.
Can he light up one?
Yeah.
You see.
Do you? Where's that?
Brandon.
Carter there. This guy.
So do you know how? Oh, hold this. You know how to cut a cigar?
Like this.
No. First of all, you see this?
Yeah.
There's a margin where you can cut. So you use a cutter, and then you cut.
Right there.
Yeah, just a small, just to remove the cap.
Just circumcise it.
So once you do that, you're good to smoke. And then where's the light? So basically, you have to twist when lighting. You wanna hold this?
Yeah.
You wanna smoke it? Cause I
Yeah.
can cough. I'm not smoking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ben's gonna do it.
So you want, you see that? You want it to burn evenly. You don't want to overburn it, and you don't want to burn it on one side. So you can pull. Continue pull. Exactly. Well, he's smoking that.
Some good shit.
I'm not smoking right now.
Yeah. Talk about the cigar.
So basically, the funny thing is, I met my partner at the airport,
Yeah.
and I don't know how the conversation started. And I was like, dude, I'm looking into making my own cigars. And he was like, shit, you're into cigars like that? And he pulled out his travel humidor. And then he's like showing me the cigars that he has. And I'm like, shit, I like what you got. So I'm there showing him, well, this is what I got in my humidor and everything. And then we started having the conversation like, so I started having conversations with one of my connects, Walter. He's from Dominican Republic. They own Cremo Cigars. They've been having that line for over 200 years in the family. He's like fourth, fifth generation that's in the business. So we started having a conversation. I told him about the tobacco culture in Malawi. And that's when he was like, oh no, would love to actually experiment with Malawian tobacco. Because right now, the best leaf in Africa is the Cameroon leaf.
Okay.
And the Cameroon leaf is making mad money. So now everybody's looking for the next leaf. So Zimbabwe is making quite some good leaf as well. Right now you have Davidoff investing in Zimbabwe, buying leaf from Zimbabwe and making cigars. Recently I also saw there's some guy in the States who's also sourcing from Zimbabwe, and they're also making the cigars with the Zimbabwean leaf. So with all of that happening, the thinking was like, why can't we do it with Malawi? Like, I think we make some of the best tobacco and we have some of the best conditions of growing tobacco. I mean, there've been challenges in terms of regulation and stuff because Anzatwaku TC, I think their approach to tobacco is foja. Foja and cigarettes. What in Dudu? You get? Not because this is a whole different treatment how you treat, because this is pure tobacco.
Okay.
There's nothing that is processed.
No adding
it's
anything.
just fermented pure tobacco.
Chinga.
No. It's pure tobacco. So there are different types. Chingambo, but these are actual full.
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you guys.
Yeah, so these are actual full leaves that are rolled together. You know, there's an art to rolling it. And in the Caribbean, they even let the women roll them, and some women roll on their thighs.
Oh.
Yeah. And actually, the Cubans say that those are the best cigars. That's what the Cubans say. You get? But there's all of that that goes into it. So what we're trying to do with my partners is bring the art of cigar making
In Malawi.
So we want to bring the cigar culture here. And there are already a lot of people that smoke cigars in Malawi. But most of them buy from outside.
Yeah.
So we're also exploring setting up a cigar lounge so that we have people who want to indulge in the culture. You know, just a chill place where you come, have a good smoke, drinks, and then you could go relax at home.
Yeah.
Because the cigar life is, you know, it's a gentleman's sport.
Yeah, true.
I know some people, I know people like Suge Knight and them were also smoking cigars, but you know, it's a gentleman. I mean, you got like people like Winston Churchill who are smoking this shit. It's diplomacy, you know? Thinking. You got to sit down, relax, engage in your mind, you know? And the thing is, cigars, you don't smoke them like cigarettes. You don't inhale in your lungs. You poo in your mouth and then release.
Goes out.
Yeah. That's how you're going to enjoy it because you... No, but that's how you enjoy it. Because you're getting the flavor to it, right? It's got an earthy flavor. So eventually we want to get into experimenting with other elements. When we set up the whole cigar thing, then we might actually even engage in maybe experimenting with CBD and stuff like that. But so far, that's the idea behind it.
Okay,
and we're still
you started making them.
Oh, making we make, but right now I think we're still in development phase because there's a specific line we want to start with, and we're still working on the actual development of that line. So it's going to take some time because it requires actual growing of the tobacco.
Okay.
And now you have a process that takes long, which is the fermenting.
Okay.
So fermenting takes minimum 6 months.
Oh.
So that's pretty much you stack the leaves with a specific humidity and temperature, and every day when they get to a certain temperature, you go turn them, and it removes the ammonia from the leaf. That's what gives you now the flavor of the leaf. So once you have aged the tobacco and fermented it well, it will give you the profile of the leaf.
Okay. Now, how much would that stick cost me, roughly?
Okay, so basically right now in development phase, it's going to cost you a little bit more.
Okay.
Because I don't have the economies of scale in producing it.
Yeah, true.
So right now, I'll probably sell this for like 35 or 40,000.
That stick?
One stick.
Okay. How many are there in the box?
Oh, right now in the box, there were actually, I think 21, right? they were 21. But those are different sizes, but a box is supposed to carry 20.
Okay.
But they were 21 because they're different sizes.
Oh, different sizes. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Cool. I say, you know, one of the business, there was a guy in there, and they're big boys. If you're talking about 40 grand for one stick,
Yeah.
and Sungano Dani go plastic was for somebody that in
Or many cigar smokers buy by the box. I mean, if I'm buying a single cigar, it's because I want to smoke it there. Like, so we're chilling like this, and I'll probably like, or maybe I want to try that stick.
Yeah.
I want to try that.
But
But
getting for yourself,
for
like small.
usually people that I think you saw my
Yeah,
your collection.
my humidor.
Yeah.
So
Can we post that?
yeah, you can post that.
Share it.
So you can see my humidor. That's how most people keep the cigars. So they'll have a whole bunch of sticks in there, and you have for different occasions. I mean, for every brand that I have in there, it smokes different because, like this one is a medium. It's a medium burn cigar.
Okay.
It's a mild cigar, in fact. So you have some that are full-bodied cigars. That you smoke them, they really bring that heavy profile that you really get them. But then you also have other companies like Drew Estate that make cigars that are infused with other things like chocolate and stuff like that. So you can smoke a sweet cigar and then you smoke it and you can literally taste chocolate in your mouth. Yeah.
Oh.
So eventually when we get there, we want to experiment with all of that, where we have the traditional cigars, but we also want to create that culture where people can enjoy their tobacco heritage, because Malawi has quite a strong tobacco heritage.
Okay. That was the scripture. That was Bensam enjoying the cigar. How was it, man? How was it?
Good stuff.
But
It's premium stuff, man. I'll tell you, premium stuff.
I need to get rich quick. I mean, I need to be like meeting in Mujay. When they go to whiskey.
Oh yeah, actually, I never spoke about that, but
Yeah.
blending them is one of the best things.
Oh yeah, it's whiskey
Yeah.
and
So whiskeys go very well with cigars, but so does coffee.
oh yeah.
I love taking my cigars with iced coffee. So you can also have them with cream liquor, like these Amarula and
Amarulas,
stuff. There's some cigars like this cigar, if you were to have it with like a glass of Amarula, you're actually going to feel the profile change in your tongue. You feel it. You actually be like, oh, okay, this is crazy. And I'll tell you something. You smoke that cigar, try some chicken, man. Eat some nice, bright chicken. You're going to enjoy it different.
Okay.
It really changes your palate.
Yeah.
When you smoke the cigar, if you like charred food, you're going to feel different flavors in your mouth the moment you smoke a cigar. And then you drink, let's say, a coffee, you drink even a whiskey. You actually feel everything tastes different. You will have a taste you've never tasted in your life, and you're gonna be like, shit, I need to smoke another cigar. Like, for real.
Okay. All right, man. Thank you very much for coming through. As I said, I like it when you speak your mind.
Yeah, it was,
Sorry, wanted
it
to
was
have-
nice
yeah.
to have that invite from you guys.
Yeah. Kuti timve kuti kodi si script ya kuganiza chani masiku amenewa.
Bruh.
Tamva kuti kulima. Guys, yo tu ujadwa kulima.
Yo, amalima,
Ndinkana
nasi.
sa kuimba nyimbo so ndinkana wangu. Amangotokota pa Facebook makalima kumurazi.
Umakhala tokotokota ndiri kumunda sei. Ne makazi waveoni ninthawe kwambiri ne fazi kukamba zawe newewe nje.
Ungolola na kwa.
Aya wakwiya zako. So ine ndikubangati pa 20 apa.
Basi vantengo.
Banyana anichimangani chigwisa 20 ndiri makani kumenya ti ma 20 daini. Ndokumati werenga wewe. Ora ga 20 kena sako. Ndoro kuzabonyaka status wame wathabwinatu.
Kuya.
Ine zakudya zakazi diyepe.
Gangster zakombe.
See. But if we don't speak, it's a free world. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I just speak mine.
True. That's true, man. Uncle Ben, happy birthday. Since it's today, we're
Oh yeah, happy birthday. At least he
That's
got
why
to
I'm having
smoke
a
cigar.
cigar.
Yeah.
It's my birthday. That's why I have a cigar on my present.
That's a big man's lollipop.
Yeah.
Sounds weird, but yeah. What's that?
It's my phone.
Phone? Ah, okay. Cool. Yeah, man. Thank you for sticking around and watching this episode. We love you, our fans. Come on, my guy.
Question though.
Yeah.
Whose idea was it to invite me though?
Mac.
Really? Was it Mac or his idea?
Mac.
Because he's a shit starter.
He's a shit starter.
I honestly thought,
Why do
I think this is Bensam's idea.
Why do people say that?
No, like for real. I told myself, I'm going to ask you guys.
Actually, I didn't.
Whose idea was
Actually, I didn't want you to come.
You see?
Oh, really?
Didn't know. Didn't know. I was like, why is he coming? I was like, no, he's coming.
No, like, because when Mac called, I was like, whose idea was this? I was like, I'm going to ask him. I need to know. But I suspect it's Bensam.
I'm not always the bad guy.
Like this nigga is going to stir the pot.
It wasn't him. I was like, you know what?
It's been a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah,
And I like your way of thinking. Your mindset is quite interesting. And I wish we could, I wish the show was like forever.
It was forever, but
was.
it didn't feel like forever.
Yeah.
You know? Because when I 9 days.
I think there was like so much
before
to
the
talk
episode.
about.
Oh, yeah, because we chilled a lot.
Ed.
I actually didn't know you started filming. And so if I said some shit, guys, I did not know they were filming. So bear with me.
That's how he thinks. That's how he thinks.
That's just me.
Yeah, man. Till next Tuesday. Out. Happy birthday, Bensam. Twick.
Thanks, my brother.
Quick. Twick.
Bali Belgique.
Sai wale umpasa zabari.